So, hello everybody. Welcome to the SRL Tier 2 race, round number 7 of the championship here at Canada. It looks like we are gonna have a nice and dry qualifying. So let me set up everything real quick as we wait for the first cars to come out. It will be Vapor Shadow. Let's jump on board with him as I run you through the standings. In the lead of the championship, we have Federico Toxic leading the championship with 134 points, followed by Norge Federico with a 122, so a nice 1-2 for Mercedes. In third, we have race winner of last week, Hoeders, with a 111, followed by the two Haas boys, Gatsby and Irma, with 94 and 72. Then we have the two Aston Martins, Sharif and Neuro Pirate, on 67 and 57. Then we have Bob Sada as a reserve with 52, Stubbly in the Ferrari with 51, and in 10th we have Quina with 48 for the Alfa Romeo. In the constructors we have a sizable lead for the Mercedes team with 256 points, followed by the Haas with a 166. Close behind is Alfa Tauri with a 147, and Aston Martin is in fourth with a 124. So let's see. I got the intel that the race will be in the rain, so that is some excitement for then. But for now the qualifying start, and Vapor Shadow is the first one to start a lap. So let's jump on board with him and see what he can do. He is on the mediums, which is not necessary immediately because we are starting in the rain, I believe, but he is doing it anyway, so a little bit of a moment there on the exit. Now opening the DRS. Oh, Hoeders, oh, Hoeders is not paying attention whatsoever, getting a 5-grid penalty for, and that is not more than right. Let's jump on with Sharif then, who's the next one on a lap. He's also on the mediums. Let's see what he can do. So there he comes up to the line, setting a 1:10.9. So provisional pole of course for Sharif. Tito Stewart has validated. Brought by a reserve for today, it's the Wolf Champions. And that is his lap over. Does set the fastest lap, so he was on a good lap, 1:10.7. Let's see who is next. Gatsby has a little moment out of the final chicane. Sammy has unfortunately invalidated his run. So let's jump on board with Norge. Second in the championship for now. Sharif is parked. So let's see what he can do. Got a 41.8 sector split. Gatsby sets a 1:10.5, even with that moment out of the final out of the hairpin. So let's see. Then Norge beat that. Has to lift a little bit to avoid the wall, but will finish his lap. It's just a 1:10.6, moves him up to P2. Sammy is purple in the second sector. Coming up to the long back straight now. Going into the chicane. Does that fairly well. Up to the line now. Will this be provisional pole for Sammy? It is. It's 19.6. So a whole second faster than the rest of the field. So a good lap from Sammy. And Hooters now sits at 199. Almost 3/10 behind Sammy. Razi is going slow. Let's see. Who is on a lap? I think it's Norgay who is on a lap. He's coming towards the line now and he sets a 1:10.1. So that is good enough for P3 at the moment. Lunar is invalidated. So did Stewart. Paper Shadow as well, so we see a lot of invalidations. It's a tough track to get right, of course. Hooters is going slow. I don't think we have anyone on a lap at the moment. So let's see. Paper Shadow still on the mediums. Hasn't set the time yet. It's the wall. Hopefully for him no damage. Is purple in the first sector, a 19.4. Yellow in the sector 3. That is a Mercedes going out of the way. Little moment again for Paper Shadow there. Losing a lot of momentum. There he invalidates. Unfortunate. His lap is over. So let's see. A lot of people struggling with the track limits at the moment. Quina also has invalidated. Razi is on a lap, so let's see what he can do. Hasn't set a time yet either. 19.4 in the first sector. A little bit wide, but does not make contact with the wall. Another yellow in sector 3. As he opens the DRS. Running up to the final chicane. A little bit contact with the wall, I think, but he can continue and he sets a 1:99, moves him up to P3, so a good lap from Razi. On 3 lap old softs, so that is a good lap and there is still room for improvement, of course. Let's see, Gatsby is approaching the hairpin now. He's marginally up on his previous best, but he already had that moment at the exit and now he does it a lot better. So let's see, maybe even having a little bit of a slipstream here, but not by much. Needs to nail the chicane. Does it so fairly safe. Moves up to the line. Sets a 1:10.2 is enough for P5. So Gatsby splits the Mercedes. Well, let's see what the championship leader can do if he's not on the lap. So is anyone on the lap? Quina is on the lap, so let's see, it's a 19.7 in the first sector. Sharif moves himself up to P4. And now Irma gets the fastest time, a 1:9.4. He takes provisional pole position. He will be very happy with it. as we are on board with Quina. And now Vaartbij sets a 1.93, so the times are dropping. Only half a tenth between 1 and 2 now. So let's see if Quina needs a good final chicane. And it is decent. Let's see what he can do. It's a 1.10.6, only good enough for P10, so he will not be happy with that at all. That is not good enough. Hoeders now comes to the line, takes a 1.95, moves himself up to P3. Let's see what Sammy can do. He is almost 4 tenths up, he is purple and he is on his way to a new professional pole position if he can keep it clean. So let's see, important moment here for Sammy in this qualifying. Needs to nail the final chicane, but can he do it? He does it fairly well. It is not invalidate, and so I think this will be a new provisional pole, and it is a 1.91, almost 2 tenths clear again. So Sammy takes his professional pole back. Good lap from him. See, Norgay is going slow, so he is not on the lap. Lunar Jedi moves himself up to P2. Very good lap from him. Norgay has invalidated. Oh, hello guys in the chat as well, Ismail and Rishi. Nice that you are watching. So let's see, Norgay was on a slowdown lap, so he is starting a new one now. Let's see if one of the McLarens is on a lap. Vapor Shadow hasn't invalidated and Lunar Jedi is going slow, so let's go back to Vapor Shadow. He's not using battery, so I think this is an outlap for him. So Sportmat then, right behind, is pushing. So let's see what he can do. He hasn't set a time yet. It's a little bit wide out of the chicane. He sets a 1.10.6. So, just behind his teammate. Alfa Romeo boys not on the pace just yet. As we have Razi here, who is purple, but then completely messes up the hairpin. So I think he has damage and it will be an in-lap now. So unfortunately for him. Let's stay on board with Irma, who is starting his lap on the new tires. What he can do. Will he improve in sector 1? He does not. Marginally down, so still time to make up for it. It's a good exit out of there. Ooh, and just runs wide on the exit. So invalidation for him. He was 2 tenths up, so he will not be happy with it. Fortunate for him, he has to go again. Yes, Sharif is on a lap, I think. Yes, almost 3 tenths up. So let's see what he can do. As it stands, he will move himself into P6, but with a good last sector, it could be better, of course. Squinner goes out of his way. Sharif with a good last chicane. It's a good exit. Moving up to the line, and it's a 1.98. Moves him into P6. So a big gap between the top 5 and the rest of the field as it stands. Irma invalidated again. Sammy also invalidated. He did set up quick. No, he did not. Sorry. So let's see. Gatsby is on the outlap. Quina is purple in sector 1, so let's stay on board with Quina. Doesn't invalidate there, so what will his sector 2 split will be? It's a 41-2, he's 7/10 up. That is a lot. That's exactly what he needs, but oh, he messes it up out of the hairpin, and that is that lap gone. Unfortunate for Quina. 2 minutes left of the session, so he can go again, but there is no time to go in and go out again. And he invalidates in the last corner, so that's that lap over. Unfortunate for him. Neuro Pirate comes out of the hairpin now. It's a little bit out of shape on the exit as well. People are struggling with Canada. Canada is a tough track. He gets 1:10.7. Good enough for P14. So Sammy invalidates again. By is 5 seconds down, so he is not setting a lap. Let's see what Sharif does. He's not on the lap. Let's see Razi, 2/10 up in the sector 2 split. He needs an improvement to move himself up from P8. Can he deliver? 30 seconds left in the session, so I think this will be Razi's last run. What will it be? He sets a 1:9.3, moves himself into P5, and that is a good lap from Razi. Moves himself in the mix with the top 5, which has now become a top 6. So good from him. Gatsby now coming out of the last corner. He is enjoying a little bit of slipstream, and he sets a 1:10 flat, enough for P2, P9. As the flag has fallen, so these are the last runs of the people. Hooters coming to the line. He sets a 1:9.2, small improvement. Lunar Jedi takes pole with a 1:9 flat. So Lunar Jedi, the man to beat. Sammy has invalidated. He will not be doing it. Fraardby up to the line now. Can he get provisional pole? No, he cannot. He can improve, but only slightly. Good enough for P4. Razi is enjoying a little slipstream here, but he has no battery. But he will try. Takes risks and invalidates. For Rico, the championship leader, only 7th. As Stewart invalidates there. Let's see. Gatsby is down. And I don't know. Quina is not happy with himself. Sportmet. See on a lap. He goes to the final chicane. Touches the wall slightly. Paper Shadow right behind him as well. As Sportmet improves but invalidates, and Vapor Shadow moves himself up to P7. So that will be qualifying. Lunar Jedi as a reserve takes P1. Sammy in P2. Hooters P3. Good result from him after winning last week. And Fraardby now in P4. Razi P5. Good qualifying from him. Irma P6. Vapor Shadow P7. And the rest I will tell you in a bit. So let's see, for Rico Toxic, the championship leader, having a tough day here in Canada, only P8. Norgate number 2 also having a tough day in P12. Sharif, Stewart and Gatsby in between 9, 10, 11. So Irma, the highest placed Canadian here at his home Grand Prix, in P6. Gatsby in P11. So, an eventful qualifying. Hooters will get that 5-second grid penalty, of course, because of the collision with Vapor Shadow in the first rounds of qualifying. So he will drop down. So let's see what the race will bring. Please leave your predictions in the chat, as it is coming down heavily with rain. So eventful race for sure. Michael saying good old Lunar, and that is indeed good to see him back on track, and good to see him competing at the front again where he belongs. So please leave your predictions in the chat. Who do you guys think will be the top 3? So as we can see, the guys are starting on the intermediate tires, but it is coming down heavily, so I will not be surprised if we are moving to wets at any point this race. As Riyadh has having some issues in the final corner. As Ismail has a prediction for us, he says for Rico taking P1, Sammy Jensen taking P2 and Quina taking P3. That will be something if those 3 will end up on the podium. Sammy is already there, but the others 2 have some work to do, of course. So Hooters, after his penalty, moves to P8. Michael says Lunar, Jedi P1, Irma taking P2 and Hooters taking P3. So let's see, as Friedby has lost it in the final, or in the hairpin. So let's see, we'll be in for a exciting race, hopefully. Rain always brings some drama and excitement, of course, so let's see how it goes. As the cars come up back to the grid, lining up for the race start. So here we go. Let's see. 5 red lights. And away we go. And it is a good start. It looks like from Sammy. He does go a little bit wide, so it's not a good start at all. Lunar Jedi keeps his position. Ooh, a little bit much carnage there back. Oh, guys, watch out for each other. But it looks like everybody will go through in one piece, at least. There goes Sharif. He will not go through in one piece, unfortunately for him. Look at that, a lot of cars in not that much space. As the Haases are now in 9th and 10th. We have another yellow in its sport mat. Irma getting past his teammate. Vapor Shadow and Sammy's going side by side. Vapor having a moment and Sammy's gonna take P6 back. Lost a lot of positions at the start. Razi going way too wide there. Watch out with re-entry goes. It goes okay. So a hectic first lap, but Lunar Jedi is still in the lead. Friedby taking P2. Let's look at the position changes. Who are the biggest winners of this first lap? So Furico Toxic already in P3. He must be loving life at the moment. Hooters also taking 4th, though the championship contenders are doing good. Norgay, on the other hand, is still in P12. So Sammy, at the moment, one of the biggest losers, together with Vapor Shadow, both losing 4 and 5 positions. Gatsby and Quina both gaining 3, so good start from them. So the top 2 is already looking... Oh, Frightby is having a moment. But he keeps it out of the wall, so good job on him. That gives Lunar Jedi a bit of breathing room. Got Toxic close behind. Razi very close to his teammate. It's also interesting to see which one of the drivers has chosen for a wet setup. Because Vapor Shadow already gets a penalty. So we'll be looking at a lot of penalties if he keeps it up like this. Sammy on the inside now of Razi. But does not find the traction on the inside. So has to stay behind for now. Is using his ERS to get past me, but Razi is using as well. But he is gaining. Is he gaining enough? He's going for the outside. Razi leaves him room. And they go side by side to the chicane, guys, to keep each other alive. Sammy takes the position. So Sammy moves back to P5. Is on a comeback right now after the poor start that he had. As Vapor Shadow has left the session but did not retire, so that is quite annoying. Maybe he just lagged out, that could be the case as well. Let's see. As Tijo Stewart there hit the wall, I think. I saw that. So, not much gaps in the midfield. In front there are small gaps, but Frightby is closing back up to Lunar Jedi. So Gatsby gets really close to his teammate there. So let's see, Gatsby is close to his teammate, but Irma is also very close to Razi. Ooh, Irma makes contact with the wall. I hope for him he did not pick up any damage. Doesn't look like it, but we don't know. Tijo Stewart sets the fastest lap now. So Lunar Jedi still with a 1.3 second lead. Then we have Frightby, and we have Furico Toxic and Hooters all in 1 second lead of each other. So then we have a small train all within a second of each other up until P10 as Stewart makes a mistake and Quina gets past. So he moves himself up to P9, so a good start from Quina, gaining 4 positions already. Has to make up for a bad qualifying, so he is on his way. Does have to close up a little bit now. That looks like he already is doing that. So let's stay with Sammy, who is very close to Hooters. Can he do anything? Did use a lot of battery, only has 40% left. As Lunar has lost it! Oh, Lunar! Out! Or not out, but oh, and now he's back. Oh, what is happening, guys? Guys, what is happening? Okay, well, we'll continue. That was weird. Alright, let's stay with Sammy, who's still very close to Hooters. That was very weird. I don't understand what happened there, but let's just move on. Sammy getting really close to the back of Hooters now. As Furico also is getting really close to the back of Frightby. Yeah, not only you, Michael, not only you. I had the same. That was very, that was very weird. So, of course, it is difficult to overtake in the rain. No DRS. So it's all about the raw pace of these drivers. And for now, it is maintaining position and not making any mistakes. As Sammy gets a good run, but tries to dive into a corner that is not for two. Certainly not with a dive bomb, so missing out and losing time. Now has to look back to Razi. Squinner now sets the fastest lap. Who is almost in the gearbox of Gatsby now. So it also looks like the rain is easing off a little bit, so certainly not raining as hard as it was on the start, but it is still raining, so let's see. Irma very close to Razi. As Lunar Jedi, after scaring us all, now has built a gap of almost 3 seconds, so he has some good pace. Fryby still a good gap to Furico, who on his own has a good gap to Hooter, so it's just surviving for the drives at the moment, not a lot of overtaking. As you see Riyadh being very close to the back of Neuro Pirate, and Sportman close to his, as Lunar Jedi now sits the first. That's the fastest lap, 120.4, and it gets beaten by Semi immediately with a 120.2. So the times are dropping and the track is getting faster. Drivers getting more confident. Furico now has lost a bit of time because Hooters is right at the back of him. Quina picks up at 3 seconds. Sammy trying to take different lines, trying to get a run on Hooters here. A little bit of a wheel spin. Having a look, and he dives up the inside. That is a good move from Sammy. He does get wide, so he will be getting a warning for that probably. But Sammy is taking some risk to get back to the front. And you have to take some risk in the rain, of course, to overtake, so Sammy takes P4 now. He is on a comeback drive, and it's going well. As Riyadh now gets past Neuro Pirate. At least he tries to. Who is getting the better run? Looks like it will be Riyadh, but they are still side by side. Who is gonna back out of the chicane as first? It looks like it's Riyadh, but he switches to the inside. Doesn't go for it. And stays behind for now. So Neuropirate maintains in P12. Let's go back to the front. Squina is all over Gatsby now. But no possibility to get past. As Hooters has lost some time to Sammy. So he is now looking back at his teammate maybe. But as we stand, Lunar Jedi is dominating for now. Almost 4 seconds now, and he keeps on building that gap. So, driving a good race. Hooters, a little bit of a moment, but got it fairly quickly. Gatsby again very close to his teammate. Not close enough to do anything with it. And you have Quina, the last person in this train, who hits the wall there. Hopefully for him no damage. Doesn't look like it, but I don't know. Riyadh also picking up a 3-second time penalty now. So, a difficult track of course. Very easy to pick up warnings. as the gaps are still fairly minimal in the top 10, or in the top 9 I would say. Stewart is 4 seconds behind. The top 10 of the top 9 is still fairly close to each other, so as Irma now gets very close, as Norgay makes the move around the outside. Stewart fights back, but Norgay is getting that move done, so he moves himself to P10. Starting to make moves now, Norgay. Squina lost a little bit of time to the train, so maybe a moment out of the final skate. Oh, and there goes Gatsby! Ooh, and there goes Gatsby. He's not out, but he lost his entire front wing, so he will be making a pit stop and he will be dropping back. That is an unfortunate moment for Gatsby. Too fast on the throttle. As for Rico and Sammy are side by side, and then Sammy goes into the wall, so... And then he goes again, and... Oh, what is happening now? Sammy, you have no... You have damage, I think. Yes, he has damage. From very wide. Yeah, he has damage. It's a pit stop for Sammy. Don't know what happened, but he made contact with Rico, I think. So... Well, not my problem at the moment. Let's see, Irma into P6. This as a Squina. So 2 free positions for the top 9. So always nice to have some free positions. As the train gets smaller and smaller. 10 laps. And almost into lap 11 now. Lunar Jedi still in control, Friedby also in control of his own. And then you have Rico also with a sizable gap. The rest is all still within 1 second, so Sammy and Gatsby both in the pit lane. Gatsby goes too hard. Okay. Surely that is a mistake from him, because it's clearly not weather for hards. Yeah, he will be sliding. Maybe he knows something we don't. Gets the penalty for his trouble there. He keeps it out of the wall, but he isn't even going very slow. I don't know. Yeah, he is on hard. Sharif and Faber Shadow are also on medium, so maybe... And Lunar is now in, so... Did we miss something? Is it time for dries? It is time for dries. Lunar goes on to mediums, but it's raining. I don't understand this at all, but... They are the drivers, they know best. Rico goes to hards. Everybody going in, so... Clearly it's time. Mediums for Quina, mediums for almost everybody except for Rico. Razi continues for another lap, and I think still raining, but it does look a lot drier than it was, but it's clearly still raining. I don't understand what is happening. Sportmate goes to softs. Let's see the gap from the leaders. How quick is that gap gonna shrink? Oh, he has a lot of grip. It's clearly dries, but I don't understand. It's raining. Oh well. Sharif sets the fastest lap at 1:19.0, so it's clearly dries, but just a little confused on why it's still raining to why it's dry, but alright. So we're gonna have a dry race now. Let's move this back to the gaps. The gaps, Kuina is right on the back of Irma, so is the DRS also already activated? Or no? It is, so It is dry now. Bit confusing, but we'll move. Those guys are setting fastest laps on outlaps. That is hilarious. So Quina, is he gonna try a move into the first corner? He's having a little look. Irma does not fall for it. As we have Razi taking his pit stop a lap later, coming right in front of Norgay. So Norgay closed up to the group quickly, but he now picks up a penalty. Sportman picks up one as well. So only the top 5 has no penalties, and of course Neuro Pirate and Sharif haven't any as well. So let's see, stay with this closest battle on track at the moment. Quina and Gatsby, the only 2 drivers on track who are having DRS now. So it's Stewart, I see. And Norgay just fought himself into Razi's. So let's see. Irma does not have DRS. Quina does, but he's not using the battery. He's waiting. Just closing up. Will he use it out of this? Okay. Ooh, he gets a little bit wide, has to go off throttle. That is that run over, but still following closely behind. For Rico on the hards, it's clearly off the pace at the moment. Riyadh set out the fastest lap, 1:13.5. Irma is following closely. Will Irma go for the move into the chicane here? Let's hope on board with him. He is using the battery, so I think he will. Furico also using. But it won't be enough, I think. He's lifting, so he's waiting for the second straight. He's getting a good exit. And now using the battery, and he's gonna get... Wants the inside. Takes the inside. As Razi is also side by side with Quina, but cannot make anything of it. Irma also did not get past Furico, so Furico defended the side fairly well and stays ahead. So every lap he stays ahead is of course another lap they cannot build the gap on him. So good defending from Furico there. And will Irma then go past here? He will. This is of course... Oh, Furico still fights. And can Quina now... Yes, Quina will as well go past Furico. So, a 3-way battle now. As Razi has the best view in the house. Quina sticks behind. Now goes past. Yes, he goes past. That is that position for Quina, but he gets a bad exit. Furico all over the back of him. Trying to go for a move, but he doesn't. Stays P6, Quina moves to P5, Irma moves to P4. So Razi in P7 also right on the back, and Norgay is also right back into the fight. Norgay pitted a lap earlier, of course, then. Oh, and now Furico lets everybody through. So he is nice, or he has damage. I don't know which one it is. We'll see at the end of the lap, of course. So now Quina right at the back of Irma. Razi a little bit farther back, but still inside the DRS. So we have a yellow in sector 2. That is Sammy. Sammy's race has fallen apart completely. Not a good day to be Sammy today. Irma is flashing, so He has used his battery. He needs to save. Let's look at the penalty situations. So Quina has 6 seconds. It's gonna hurt him at the end. Razi has 3, Norgay has 3, Riyad 3, Sportmet 6, Gatsby 3, Stuart 12, Neuropirate also 3, and Sammy also 6. So it's easy to get penalties, of course, but we have to keep it in check. As for Rico, has been dropped out of the DRS, so I don't know if he has damage or that he just cannot keep up with the medium runners. Irma goes a little bit wide. Bit of wheel spin there on the exit for Quina. Can he get close? He is closing a lot. Irma flashes. Quina is going for it in the chicane. Nice move from Quina. Gets past for P4. Keeps the DRS, and that means Razi is following him through immediately. Irma lets him go, knows they have penalties, so it's not really his fight at the moment. Norgay is lurking in the back as well now. There, picks up another warning, I think, because that was a cut. So, a nice battle for P4. The top 3, on the other hand, is cruising, I was about to say, but then Lunar Jedi picks up a 3 seconds, so he is not leading anymore if it stays like this. So, Lunar in P1, 2.6 gap to Friedby, and he has a 5-second gap to Hooters, so Hooters is just doing his thing in P3. Then we have Quina, of course, and he is the leader of that train. So will Razi go for a move here? Let's see. DRS open. Nice go moving to the inside. Not taking the racing line through the chicane, and Razi cuts it completely. Gets the 3 seconds for his trouble. And now also on 6. So a nice battle here for P4. Of course it's only a battle on track at the moment, because 4 and 5 both have 6 seconds, so they will be dropping, but still nice to have this battle. As Friedby keeps on closing in to Lunar Jedi, so looks like Friedby is having some pace in the dry. Tom Jensen now sets the fastest lap. And will Razi go for it now? He is using battery, but Quina is using as well. Razi keeps on using and gets past easily. And now Quina has to stay ahead of Irma, but Irma is trying and he is diving. Quina leaves space, but he cannot make anything of it. So Quina stays in P5. Good racing here from the guys fighting for P4. As Sharif gets past his teammate in P13. And we have a yellow. I think that is Sportmet. Yep. He is reversing without a wing. Oh! So, unfortunate for Sportmet. Another week with not the best of luck for him. Irma is very close to Quina. And now he picks up the 3 seconds. Quina does not have the DRS, so Quina fell out of the range. Irma now making an easy move on Quina, you would say. But they are side by side. And Irma takes the position. So, another warning. Hopefully for him he will not get 9 seconds, because that will be absolutely the worst case scenario. Now Irma also has 3, so Irma has to watch out. Hoeder's the only one now in the top 7 without penalties. He's just cruising at this point. Zwaardbij has gotten the gap almost within 2 seconds. So let's see. 9 lap all tires now. We have a yellow in sector 3. That is Quina. Yes, Quina. Oh, unfortunate for him. Lost it in the hairpin. So this battle now is a bit smaller. As Irma steers into Razi. I don't know why he does that, but Irma now back up to P5. Razi cuts the corner. Trip Shadow's ghost is annoying. So ooh. Someone touched the wall. I think it was Irma. Irma is flashing, so he used a lot of battery to get past. He's using a lot to stay in front now. Razi is not using, he is waiting. Smart thing to do. Norgay is also right behind this battle. Very close between these 3 now. With wide goes Norgay. So this is the closest battle on track for quite a while now. Zwaardbij has closed in within 2 seconds now, so still has 12 laps, 11 after crossing the line to get within the second and then even overtake. They both have penalties now, so the advantage is gone. Irma stays ahead. Norgay losing a little bit of time, but can he close it up here? He needs to if he wants to stay within the DRS. Using the battery. It's a little bit wide, and ooh, and that is gonna cost him the DRS. He is out of the train. Unfortunate for him. So train is now a two-way train as Razi picks up another 3 seconds, so he is collecting penalties now, just for fun. Very, very tough track on the warnings. We are seeing it. Only 3 drivers not having a penalty. So Zwaardbij is the first to pit. He's gonna try an undercut. So let me give you a look at the penalty. So 3 seconds for the most of the top 6. Only Razi has 9. As Zwaardbij moves to a new set of mediums. And then we have 6 for Quina and Riyad. 15 for Stewart. And then a couple more with 3 or 12. So, and Friedberg comes out behind Farico, but only just. So this cuts the chicane there. Don't know why. But it was the good decision then, I think, to go to the mediums, because he, for these two at least, who are leading, because he is gonna fly past Farico with no problem. Farico will never keep up with him. So Friedberg enjoyed a little bit of DRS there and an easy move. So will he be close to Lunar Jedi? Will Lunar Jedi pit? No, Lunar Jedi will continue on. What will Hooters do? We have a yellow in Sector 2. That is... Oh, it's Quina again. His race goes from bad to worse to absolute horrendous. So, Farico now picks up his 3 seconds. So, only Hooters and Sharif are the drivers without penalties. So, oh, contact. Irma spins. That looked a little bit... Well, it looked weird. Let's say it like it is. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's just too late to see it. Looked like a bit of a push from behind, but again, I did not see it good. So... let's see, another yellow in Sector 3. Don't know. Oh, that is Quina. No, that's not Quina, it's Sportmet who let him past. So Quina is pitting now for fresh softs. This Lunar Jedi is continuing on. So will Lunar Jedi finish the race on these tires? That is the question now. As Friedberg goes past Norgay. So the two-stop is working for him wonders. Because it's Lunar decides to pit now. He will be having a massive gap. So let's see. Razi is up next for Friedberg. Who's showing great pace on the fresh mediums. Look at that. Much more grip. Moves out of the slipstream. And an easy move for Friedberg again. Moves himself back up to the podium. And now has 4 seconds to Hooters to close down. Sector 2 yellow flag. That is Riyadh. Who is reversing on the track. So fortunate for him, he doesn't lose a position, I think. But he has lost a lot of time. Well, let's see, Razi sticks in the DRS for this lap. Still no one else pitting. So we have another yellow. And that is Stewart, who is round. Sportman picks up another 3 seconds. So let's see, Friedberg closing in very quickly to Hooters. Razi also picks up another penalty. So that is 12 now for him. Norgay is right at the back of Razi. And will he make the move on this straight? Grina picks up another 3 seconds. He's right behind Lunar, I can see. That's now. So Lunar is not pitting. Razi does pit now. So Hooters and Lunar are still not pitting. So it looks to me like they are gonna finish the race. So that will be a lot of laps on those mediums. I don't know if they will be in puncture territory. Quina is just doing all sort of things there. Oh, that's not Quinn, that is Sport Met. My apologies. Razi and Irma both pitted, so they both go to softs, so they will be rapid, but they have a big gap to the car in front. But they could close that down very quickly on those softs, so let's see what happens. Fryby already in the DRS of Hooters, so he is back where he started. This is an easy move. Now Stewart is out. I think it was in the pit lane, so we will have no late safety car. As for now, the first retirement of the race will be Stewart. So we now have Winner losing it in turn 2. Fryby makes the move, so up to hit it, so nothing gained, nothing lost for him. As the gaps are pretty big now between every driver. Now, not a lot of battling going on, so stay on board with the leader then. Who has driven an exceptionally good race. Led from lap 1 and is still leading, no mistakes. Just doing his thing. Fryby is closing quickly. 8 seconds now. It was 10 last lap. So 2 seconds per lap. Will be close at the end, but I don't know if he will be close enough. See how quickly he gains this lap. Those 19 lap old mediums are... It is very long to go on mediums, but it's nice to see they can make it work. Irma sets the fastest lap on those softs. So he only gained a second on this lap, so that will not be enough. It comes to the end, and I think they are on the same penalty, so yeah, both 3. We have a yellow. Oh, Sammy goes right into the wall. Hooters, no! Hooters lost it. Oh no! He lost it on his own. Don't know what happened, we missed it. But he has lost the position to both the Mercs, so that is very unfortunate for Hooters. Maybe those tires just gave up. They are old, of course. 20 lap old mediums. Sharif, Sammy now gets past Sharif. Lots of contact and they both out. Or at least both spin. Sammy has retired on track there. We got it, so at least it looked like. I don't know why Neuro Pirate is now stopping, but I don't know what's happening. Looked like he retired on track, I don't know for sure. But now we know because he's still driving there, so there will be a hefty penalty for Sammy. We continue. Thankfully no late safety car because of those sort of antics, so... Well, that was the closest battle on track, and it's now gone, so unfortunately I just stay on board with the leader then, as he has been dominating today. Very, very strong drive from Lunar Jedi. So the last couple laps have been a bit boring a little bit, but now we have a move. Razi moving past his teammate, but he has to drive, I think, 9 seconds away in one lap to keep that position, so I don't think that will be happening. So as Lunar Jedi starts his final lap, we will stay on board with him. Coming up to some traffic, but that wouldn't cause any problems. So very impressive to see, taking those mediums 23 laps. I did not expect that at all. Very strong. So Rico now does get in the DRS of his teammate, so will we see a move on the last lap? I don't think he has to. No, they are on the same penalty, so he doesn't have to make the move. He will just stay behind, I think. Maybe he just wants some action. But we will wait a little bit to see that, because we are seeing Lunar Jedi weaving out of happiness because he wins the Grand Prix here in Canada. Very dominating drive from him. Fryby takes a very commanding P2 as Norgay stays in front of his teammates, so they will finish 3-4 in Norgay's favor, I think. Yeah, but because Rico lifting, they're both weaving. Another big race for the Mercedes team. Rico third, Norgay fourth, and they will be building a massive gap to the challengers. Hooders takes P5, Irma takes P6, Razi P7. For now, I think he will keep that, because Riyadh has penalties as well, so Riyadh will come home in P8. Caspi will take P9. He will be the last one to cross the line. 10th for Neuro, 11th for Sharif, 12th for Sportmet, 13th for Quina. So an eventful race, to say the least. A lot happening. Last stint at the end, it got a bit of stale, but still a good race altogether. So here they come for the podium. Lunar Jedi taking a much deserved P1. Was just the best guy today on track. In the rain and in the dry. Very good race from him. Takes the win. Nice P2 for Fryby. So Rico Toxic will be happy with a P3 again, building his gap in the championship. So all in all, good results for the drivers. So here you can see the standings again. to be noted, Sharif the only one without penalty, so good on him. Kept it clean all race. Good to see. And only one real DNF because Sammy retired on track and Vapor left in the first lap. So good to see. Fairly clean racing today, so thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys next week. Ciao.